Good morning and welcome back to Brad Fab Garage. I found a chassis for the rat rod that kind of suits what I was looking for, so we're out to get that this morning. Got to get the truck warmed up, some ratchet straps. It's like 38 degrees this morning, so it's a little chilly. And go drop the kids off at school, and then we're gonna go pick this frame up. All right, gonna get in here in the shop, find my straps. I've been at deer camp for the last 2 weeks, so we're getting back home and getting after everything. And it's amazing what you find on Marketplace when you're sitting in a deer blind all day long, looking at stuff. So truck's warming, getting warmed up, and we need a couple of these. I think I've got one in the truck already. And hopefully this chassis is what we want. Looks like it's got a big 4-cylinder or 6-cylinder or something sitting in it, but we won't be using that. All right, everybody, we are here at Stu's property, and he has got the chassis that we need. This is a 41 Chevrolet truck chassis, and it's bare bones, but that's what we're needing. And this is going to fit the bill. This is going to let us carry on to the next step. We've got the cab somewhat situated together, but this is the next one. So me and Stu have been sitting here telling stories. You know how it is. But we're getting ready to load this up, and then we're going to walk around and look at some other stuff, because you can't come to a good yard and not just check it all out. And he's got a lot of stuff here and a lot of good stories and a lot of cars you don't see around. I was walking out here and I'm seeing some the little Couriers. Were they British cars?
Croslets.
Yeah, the Croslets. Are they American? Okay, no, I was thinking that it was one of the British Morris Miners. Yes, they look a lot like that. So, but a lot of cool stuff, and we've got a full line of some Pontiacs and some Oldsmobiles, and the C10s all over everywhere. And I guess we've got a Dodge row, Ford row, and some other stuff back over here. So, but anyway, so we're going to work on getting this loaded and see what else we find. He's got his little Crosleys and Porsches. He's got a lot of Porsches. There's
Oh my gosh.
a brand new Porsche Cayenne.
Yeah.
That little orange Porsche is worth a fortune.
Well, there's no reason to work the gate. All the cows are in the pasture.
We've only got 4 trucks to load up, Sabrina.
What? Today? You're so cool.
That's what I was waiting for.
Yeah.
Oh, some more old Macs. All kinds of stuff sitting around. I could stay busy in here for a while. I see an old panel wagon up there, 50 model something car. You'll be happy, Sabrina. I did control myself a little bit.
Oh, a little bit? Like
a little
what,
bit.
Only 5%, if that?
5%'s a lot if you added it up.
Yeah, for sure.
Little here, little there. Got some gas pumps, old fire hydrant, another Mac. This is what I would like to really build.
Yeah, I bet.
I've looked for those forever.
Yeah.
He's got 4 of them here.
You know.
All right, we're back in the Dodge. We're gonna head back. He's getting the skid steer out, and we're gonna load the chassis and get that thing to the house. And we've got the next part we needed for this thing. So as soon as we get done with the C10 project, then we're going to be back on the rat rod. Perfect. That'll work. Perfect. Everybody needs a skid steer.
Did it not need to be pulled over?
No, it's fine.
Okay, just kind of sticking over the trailer.
Yep.
Yeah, more.
The farther I put it on there, the farther it takes to get it off.
That's right. I just you probably would have put it all the way.
This one will have the 34 cab on it. Probably a big block on automatic, and then I've got multiple 8-lug 14 bolts Chevrolet rear ends. I've got the 5-lug front axle out of Ford, but I may try and find an 8-lug straight axle and see, because if I go dually on the rear, I want the same number of dualies on the front.
The same rims for everything.
Yeah, that way it's all there. So, but who knows? I mean, I may change my mind 10 times before I get,
Yeah.
But we were waiting on this chassis before we could go any further, because I've reconstructed the cab. I've got the skeleton for the floor in it. But you can't really go any farther until you know what chassis you're setting it on. So
yeah.
But this one will fit it. It's got the right taper. I got the teardrops in the front and everything I want for it. And it's a Chevrolet chassis, so I don't have to put Ford or Dodge parts back.
Like I could say, those bumper brackets, a lot of them were broken because they're cast.
Yeah.
But those, you'll find those very, very nice for making your bumper brackets.
Yep. All right, well, we're starting to walk around, and we're seeing a lot of interesting stuff here. But the problem is, we've been caught. The wives have found us. And then right here we've got that's a 48 or 49 Chevy.
That one's a 50.
That's a 50. Yeah, no window vent.
Right, that's right.
No window vent, so we haven't been doing anything we're not supposed to do.
I won't believe it.
We have not.
You're in rat rod heaven.
Yeah.
Right?
How are you? I'm Brad.
Hi Brad, I'm Harley.
How you doing?
I'm
You already met Sabrina.
Nice to meet you. Yes, sir.
So
I told Brad he must have a wife almost as good as mine if she'd sit in the truck that long and read.
Yeah, I was working.
yeah.
I was doing some work. I was like, well, I walked up here to kind of see where you were, and I was like, well, I don't really know where they're at, so I'll just go back to the truck and just work, wait.
Yep.
And make
See,
sure you're not causing too much trouble.
I keep finding this cool stuff like these old
those
spike wagon wheels for a little bitty tractor. What were these called? These were.
It's a homemade deal.
Is it homemade? I'll say there's a lot of like the little John Deeres that had little mini tractors and little mini dozers.
This originally, he set that motor there the other day. I guess the cows knocked it off.
Yeah.
But, it originally had a little seat here, and then the guy would sit on it here and look at the motor and drive it that way. And
you definitely don't want to fall off and get caught up in something like that.
one of our friends' father-in-laws built this and called it his ghetto tractor.
Yeah.
it's really cool. It's a really neat thing.
You wouldn't have to worry about the traction, but you don't want to drive it on the concrete.
No, not at all. That's really cool.
Oh man.
So we were talking about flathead Fords. Those are just cores there.
Yeah.
They're all ones that guys have let set out.
Yeah, I hate that too. That and transmissions, and they let transmissions sit outside.
Lots of good parts still.
Sabrina, do you remember me bringing one of these home?
I know, right? Only one?
One of these.
I just cut those two rungs off of 50 Art Deco.
Yes.
Fine.
At least the hinges are still good on these. The springs break and then they just hang down all the time.
Or they wear.
Yeah. So I was telling him, Sabrina, that probably is the most popular thing I've ever built.
Right.
Was the Chevy. And it's hard to walk away from them till I find that GMC. So much to look at. Yeah. I like it. I like it because it's a short dually. So it was a dump bed truck, probably, wasn't it?
You know, I thought I knew at one point. Let's see. No, it just had it had all this wooden. No,
That
there's
one's
no hoist or anything.
But it's usually the shorter wheelbases like this had a fifth wheel or something on them, didn't
I
they?
had an F4 years ago that was short like this, but you're right, it had a hoist on it.
Had a hoist on it?
Yeah. Yeah, that was a cool truck.
Yeah. I like the greens. Ford always had a cool green.
We've had several of these 6 and 8 cylinders that the motors were locked up.
Really?
We've been able to get them freed and running. I think they used better metal back then.
Exactly. I like the round front end. I like this probably better than I do into the 50s. I just like the curves.
Well, that's a 48 to 50 right there.
But when you get into like the 55s and 6s and stuff like that, they get square.
Different. Well, the only thing about them is they got a nice wide cab that will seat 3 people.
Yeah, that's like with that one. I could fit my wife and both boys in that. Old Max.
Bad, Brad, is...
Oh, it's just the cab cut off, isn't it?
Yeah, 2 of the ones we have are like that.
Yeah.
What's bad is I went up to Missouri one time and bought a whole front clip off a truck, and I was going to put it on a different one.
On the other one?
And then we had it in the barn burned down.
Oh. I love the hand printed logos, the original stuff.
Oh yeah.
Out of Kansas. I love the trucks, but man, they are little. That one ain't even gonna open.
Yeah, you gotta be gentle with
Yep.
it. They've each got their own.
This one will open, it's got the bungee cord on it. But the same logo. Someone's gone through and they painted around the old logos.
You know, these came with 2, 3, and 4 speed auxiliary boxes.
Had to shift them two-handed.
And no synchros.
No.
So if you shift both and they both click into place, it makes your whole day.
Yeah. Well, I remember Dad used to tell stories about driving them. He'd have one hand through the steering wheel, driving with that hand and using both hands to shift while he's holding on to it through the steering wheel. They're cool trucks.
I bought a video from ATHS. They had a bunch of old guys talking about how to shift the twin stick trucks.
The big hydraulic assist steering, the cylinders on them.
Every one of those old guys had a different method, a different technique for shifting, but they all agreed on one thing.
Better get it right first time.
If you missed a gear, just pull over because you're not going to find it.
Yeah. Some funny stuff. But... And then trucks today, they just drive like cars.
Oh yeah.
Even the automatics and all.
Yeah.
But the old Model Max, they're out there. You just got to find them.
That one was set up like the winch truck. If they do that again, I don't know.
Yeah, had to bed like a big oil field bed on it. It's still got the winch on it. Was that one geared? Yeah, that one's gear driven off of a chain. Got the oil filled rollers. Now there's some sprockets. Can't even. What were those for? Were those for off this truck?
Those are off a bulldozer.
Oh, the dozers. Oh yeah, those are the chain the chain drives then. Some old Volkswagens and road Dodges. I could stand around here all day and do this. And, you know. Got the old John Deere fired up, got the chassis unloaded, and now we're gonna get somewhere. I will get the motor and tranny out of this thing, get this chassis stripped down to nothing, and get this old torque tube rear end out of here, and figure out what we're gonna do. I don't know if I want to go with a dually on this one or what. So most of my trucks, I always usually have them set up to where they can pull. I have a lot of fun going to the horse shows, the rat rods, pulling the horse trailer and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, we'll see what leads to next. But we got the chassis, so that's the main thing. And probably got about 2 or 3 weeks before I can start stripping that down. I do have the C10 project to get started here pretty quick. Oh, and one last thing I always seem to forget. Remember to go in and like and subscribe, and we'll keep bringing it on home. So thanks, guys. We'll see you later. Bye.